We all sing along?
We're rolling. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Podcast FC Show, episode 10. Hopefully we don't get sued for that intro. It's a special episode. We had the round of 16 UEFA Champions League draw recently, and we figured we'd do a special episode where we go through the matchups and sort of give our thoughts, our early thoughts. We know the games are in February, but we figured we'd jump on it while it's hot. We've been talking about it over text messages. We're like, hey, why don't we just record a show, get this out there to the people? So
I mean, the draw is just, it's been a really interesting draw, huh?
It has been. So
It's rigged.
dudes, here we go.
That's
Conspiracy
UEFA, man.
theories.
Come on now.
I back it up. Why do you think it's rigged, Farid?
Oh, I don't know, Mr. Arsenal.
Mr. Every year we play Barcelona.
Oh, my goodness.
Mr. Chelsea over here. They got a rematch as well. So we might as well get right into it. PSG up against Chelsea, a familiar matchup.
It's a big matchup. It's a matchup from last year.
Three years in a row.
Exactly.
That's
3 years in a
crazy,
row.
dude. I mean, that.
And this is early, too.
I can
It's very convenient.
I can see why all the conspiracy nuts out there. 3 years in a row, the same two teams face each other. I mean, we're not math geniuses, but that's pretty crazy odds.
Still in all, I think it's a good game and it's a good matchup. It's going to be interesting to see how this out of form Chelsea is going to be able to handle a sizzling hot Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Well, they have to win, essentially. They have to. This is all they have left. They have to progress. They have no goddamn choice. Mourinho's going to be sacked. He has to be sacked if he fails at this hurdle, you know? Champions League is all they have left. They need to go it to qualify for next year. They have to win it. Like, they need to win this game.
And you can see that in the stats. PSG is all the way up in first, goal difference plus 36, and they're 17 points clear at the top. And you look at Chelsea, who are sitting 16th in the league with a goal difference of 8, 1 point from relegation. So these two teams are worlds apart. Chelsea needs it way, way more than PSG. But you know, Zlatan has been very hungry for that Champions League trophy. He has help in Di Maria now this year. He's dishing out dimes left and right.
This could be his last chance to win it with PSG.
Yeah,
Right? He could be
that's
gone
it.
next
I
year.
think it's his last year.
That's it.
He
So
could
I
be
think,
moving on.
I think him by himself, he might be hungrier for it than the entire Chelsea organization.
But with that hunger, he has to calm himself down because last year, in that last game, excuse me,
He's got to calm him.
You telling Ibra to calm himself down? What planet are you on?
well, he got the red card last year. I know Chelsea didn't beat them
He's
with
Ibra.
10
He
men,
does it
so
every
I don't
once.
expect him to beat
That-
them
that
11.
call,
but at the
I
same
just-
time, what I'm saying is he does have to calm himself to a point where he has to know when he can go into a smart tackle and when he shouldn't.
He probably shouldn't slide, is what he's saying.
No.
I don't think he'll be sliding unless he's doing some kind of weird soccer weird move or something. Like,
Basically-
I think he's staying on his feet.
Basically, Ibra just has to stay on the field. Chelsea couldn't handle Leicester. They couldn't handle Vardy or Mahrez. And
Those
you're
are-
expecting them to handle Ibra and Cavani?
Well, look, man, 2 months. It's a long time. It's a long time right now. So we could see a completely different Chelsea team. We could see a Chelsea team that's actually hot, that might catch PSG on their heels.
And let's just add a caveat in there, like Tom said, the show, like the games are 2 months from now, so this is more of like a hypothetical now, like how do we see it matching up? But as those games get closer, we're definitely gonna redo the show and sort of. I think it'll be cool to see what we're saying today versus what we're saying 2 or 3 months from now. So
Yeah, I
everyone
mean,
take
and
it with a grain of salt. But like, yeah, the thought behind it is that like it's 2 months away, but let's debate this now for fun.
And Chelsea's my sleeper. Chelsea's
Yeah.
my sleeper. So I think they might shock the world.
Yeah, you said that in a couple episodes ago. You said Chelsea's your favorite to win the Champions League, the entire thing.
When you look at a matchup, every time you play a team consecutively over the course of a couple of seasons, you, as a coach, you tend to focus in on those things. You tend to look at the tape. And Eden Hazard last year made a crucial mistake where he didn't track back his runner.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's something Mourinho's going to focus on. Zlatan getting the card, that's something going to focus on. Chelsea does have an advantage in the tie in that they will be playing at the Stamford Bridge in the second leg. So, I mean, what do you think about the tie, Farid?
I mean, you have to have a good first leg. I think,
true.
I don't know. I think the first game sets the tone. Home, second advantage, yeah, maybe it means something, but Chelsea haven't been great at home this season. Let's be honest, they haven't been great, period.
Mm-hmm.
But in Champions League, they've been proven to be a good team. If you look at the brackets going back, Chelsea, I think, had a more difficult bracket than PSG did. PSG just had to play Madrid, a depleted Shakhtar team, and then a team that everybody spanked. Was it Malmo, right?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, that was
Shakhtar's
it.
good.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, but
Shakhtar's good. Malmo's getting spanked.
yeah. I mean,
they're the new school.
yeah, I mean, I just think Chelsea comes up through a more difficult group, and only losing one game away to Porto. It's a tough game to play. They look good in Europe. They don't look good in England.
But the players have lost interest, man. Like, no one wants to play, it seems. Hazard could have played, probably decided to walk off the field at the weekend. Diego Costa, is he going to show up today? Is he not going to show up today? These are the star. If Diego Costa shows up, keeps his head cool and plays the game, he's going to be effective. He's a threat going forward. He can be one of the best in the world, potentially.
I think he is one of the best, but he's not showing it.
Last year he was unbelievable. 20+ goals in the league. I haven't seen it this year. He's too busy playing mind games. Trying to get cards. He's distracted.
Watching him the other day too against Leicester, just to touch on that mentality that he has lately, it's like he wasn't focused on scoring goals. He sort of wanted to engage. I think it was Moses, the defender, and
Huth.
And Huth.
Yeah, and it's a waste
every
of
time-
energy.
It's such a waste of energy. So that being said, for him to be able to concentrate enough to deal with a Thiago Silva or a David Luiz, is he going to be smart enough mentally to handle those two?
And in the moment that he gets, score the goal because he's focused, or is he going to be distracted? Ball
Trying
falls
to get
to his
in
feet,
Luiz's
and
head,
he misses.
exactly.
Well,
he's not
listen,
settled.
if Jose is coaching Chelsea in February,
He needs to get these players back
That's a
on
big
track.
if.
Yeah, that's a big if.
That's a huge X factor.
yeah, I mean, it's in January. I mean, he's got January transfer window to go out, maybe get somebody who wants to play in Champions League this season.
Second huge X factor.
Yep, he can attract. He could still attract great players. So if he brings in a forward, if he brings in another midfield, another center back, I mean, he could just revamp the team. And now I know January transfer tends not to work out as much every season.
Yeah. There's rarely a big signing.
Yeah, it never really pans out the way
a
it
lot
does.
of
But
rumors, no action.
I think where Chelsea's struggling, they could do something, maybe shake it up, and maybe they bring in a new coach. You don't know where they're going to be in 2 months' time.
What do you think about this, though? You can't replace 15 players. Instead, you only can replace one man, and that's the manager.
You want to bet?
Or would you guys say it's actually Costa that has bad form or the midfield? Because last year the midfield would actually be working together, doing the one touches, and actually get into the box. Costa would just kind of hang around in the box, take 3 steps to the right, and then there'd just be assists. Fabregas would come over, he'd do a touch here, touch there.
The team.
But there was a rhythm in that
Yes,
movement.
the midfield. They would do their job. Costa, his job was just to get open for a split second and redirect that ball into the net. Neither one are doing it, and it starts with the midfield before it gets to Costa.
No, I think it's the team as a whole, right? I mean, that's a really good point. Offensively, that's why they struggle. There's no connection, I don't think.
Well, he gets
But-
frustrated, so he acts out in that
Well,
way.
you know what it is? They try to do all. I feel like they try to do it all by themselves. I feel like there's 5 guys in the field all trying to do it by themselves instead of working together as one unit. And it's
Because has he lost the dressing room? That's the
I don't know.
question. Because that's what they look like. People dribbling, not passing. Is a coach saying, "Hey guys, keep dribbling"?
People not working together as a unit.
That doesn't. No coach will ever say that. No manager will ever give those instructions out.
Well, he made some relatively controversial comments after the loss they suffered
Yeah, I
to
saw that.
Leicester.
Yeah, do you- I mean,
almost blaming the players, saying that they didn't really go with his game plan, and he laid it out for them 3 days prior to the game, and they just weren't able to follow his instructions, and he wasn't sure. I don't know, from the title of it, it almost seemed as though the players kind of gave up on him and just kind of quit and were trying to get him fired. That's kind of like I don't know. What did you guys think about that?
I mean,
Do you-
That's what it sounds like, man. That's what it feels like.
You look at the way Hazard walks off the field. That's all. Yeah, I have to look
Dude,
at.
he
Do you
walks
see his
straight
body language,
into the
his
tunnel.
attitude?
Yeah,
But he
sort of
waved them
flicked
away.
off.
Yeah, flip the sand at him.
It was. Yeah, I think he's lost the locker room.
But before that, Mourinho was asking the substitute when he saw the motion by his hands. Then when they said yes, he also raised his hands like, "Are you serious? How do you know? It's been like 2 seconds. He fell to the ground. You already know he needs a sub." And realistically, that was a soft foul. I mean, maybe he did something that I don't know, but
I have to agree with you.
that's a
Ryan.
phantom. That's a phantom injury.
Yeah, I mean, it was
Yeah.
a small push from Vardy, and he went down, and he exaggerated it. But he landed on his hip
Well,
from a couple
unless
feet, you know.
unless if he hurt something in training.
That's
or
what I'm
something.
saying. For me, I'll never like criticize a player about that because he could have potentially, it's his body, man. Like he could have got hurt for real. Maybe he wants to be cautioned. Like Huss was saying, maybe he did injure something in training. You have to be careful about calling a player out to that degree. I think because I think it's bordering on the line of disrespect. But in terms of this tie, I think Hazard is going to be one of those key players. I think Di Maria, as well as Zlatan, probably the 3 key players in the tie.
All right, so we'll wrap it up with predictions. Who do you guys think is gonna win this matchup? I'll kick it off. I think PSG. For me, PSG will make it through. Zlatan will put the team on his back and send him through. Ryan?
I had PSG. First game, probably 3-1. Second game's going to be 2-0. Something where they're going to demolish Chelsea and Mourinho's going to be gone.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, like I said, Chelsea has to win this tournament. They may not win it, but I think they'll get close to the final, at least, if not the final. They have to get past PSG. So I'm saying maybe a 3-3 penalties.
Oh, I like
I think
it.
I might see penalties after this.
Suspense in the first round.
I have to agree with Al. I think it's going to penalties. I think it goes 1-1 away, and Chelsea ties 1-1 at home,
That'd be interesting, right?
and then
I'd
they
like
go to
see that.
penalties. I have to agree with Al.
You say
Chelsea,
2-2?
Chelsea.
1-1.
1-1 on PKs for you, Farid?
Mm-hmm.
I never really scoreline. I don't know. I'll go. I'm not sure of the score. I'll reserve my judgment. I'll reserve my judgment for that. But I'll say Chelsea's going through.
You can't
Yeah,
think of a
all right.
score?
No, not over the 2 legs.
3-2 Chelsea then, from our panel here.
Does David Luiz score, though?
From a free
Yes,
kick.
and he celebrates like a madman.
Yeah.
What goal is he scoring?
Yeah. What minute?
Either way, he celebrates like a madman.
First goal, first half, 35th minute.
All right, so next matchup, a matchup that probably is a bit of a snoozer in some people's opinion, but these two teams I feel like are pretty evenly matched. We got Benfica versus Zenit. Who do you got? What do you guys think about this matchup? We got a Portuguese team going against a Russian outfit.
I like the Portuguese team. I put my money on Benfica in this one. I know Hulk's out there in Zenit, but I don't think that team is really as good as a Portuguese team.
the Zenit's got Hulk, and then they have a guy with 6 goals. Artem Dzubia. I'm butchering that name, but I
Yeah.
did my best there trying to sound through
Look it up.
He's got 6 goals. Hulk's got 4 assists. Champions League, they're performing well.
Yeah.
So to play well in Europe, they have good players that have been there before. So I like to see Zenit go past Benfica.
Yeah.
I don't care about the Portuguese. I'm just kidding.
Nah, there's something to be said. Just the Portuguese, the way the Portuguese teams play. They play that. They try to play good soccer. And they move the ball fluidly around the field. It's just a different style.
It'll be a good tie.
Yeah, it'll be a good matchup for sure.
Yeah, Benfica's a storied club. They've had their success in the past, in Europe as well. They've had some great players play for them. I just think over the recent years, Zenit, we've seen them more frequently in the competition, and I think this is the year that they really push forward. Players like Hulk. Not sure. I think Axel Witsel still also might be on that team as well. So some good players on that team.
The Belgian, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I like Zenit just because of where they are. The first game, the average weather around there is about 20 degrees Fahrenheit, and the low at 16. Well, what I'm getting at is Benfica. They're going to be
What's the altitude?
The topography.
Yeah. Well, anyways, Benfica, they used to around high 40s or so. So they're going to be around 50 going to 20 degrees. So it's
is
whether
Fahrenheit.
those muscles can wake up and actually really respond quick enough. Because Zenit, if they score within the first 15, 20 minutes, that's going to change the whole game, as we all know.
Little home field advantage.
Exactly.
I like the weather factor. But I don't know, man. I mean, I feel like, yeah, weather's always a factor, but when you pay the amount of money these guys are paid, and when you have as much, not technology, but you have a lot of smart people around the club, I think they'll know how to prepare these players for that weather, whether it's showing up there 2 or 3 days earlier to get
acclimatize.
acclimated. Yeah. So I don't know. I still feel like Benfica this year has looked very strong, and for me, I think they'll have enough sort of drive and class and that pride in that red jersey to send them through.
Well, they're going to need to take advantage of it because they start out at their stadium. And if you start out in Portugal, you want to get off to a strong start.
Definitely. They have to win that. They have to win that game.
And
if they have a
not
shot.
concede either.
Because playing in Russia is difficult.
Exactly. And the last thing you want to do is get to Russia and have to score an away goal.
Yeah.
You know, so that's a good shot. So that being said, let's wrap it up with predictions. Hussey, kick it off.
I like Zenit. It's going to be really close. I'd probably say like a 1-1, then 2-1.
Oh, yeah, I'll say Zenit to 3-2.
I like Zenit scoring a lot of goals, solid defense, 4-2.
I like Benfica. Can't sleep on Julio Cesar as the goalkeeper there. I go 4-2 Benfica.
Caesar?
He's still there, brother.
Caesar? Is he back at Benfica?
Yeah, he's back there, and they got I got a sleeper too. Watch Mitroglou. Used to play for Fulham. Big Greek dude.
Is he underground?
Love it, dude.
Yeah, keep your eye on him.
Love it. Love the early shot.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to get into our next matchup, a matchup that hurts my feelings a little bit. I don't know about you, Al. We got
I don't know.
Ghent versus Wolfsburg.
Can't hold any grudges.
I have to hold grudges.
Why?
I'm that
that's the way
guy.
he is.
Yeah, I'm that guy. I have to. Anyway, I can't lie. Wolfsburg deserved to go through, so I'm happy for them, but still hurts. You know,
Big day for Wolfsburg.
massive day. You know, so they get a quote unquote easy tie with the Belgian outfit.
Hey, Tiki, I have a question for you. You know who their top goal scorer is in the Champions League this year?
Who?
Naldo.
Wow.
You know how many goals he has?
As a defender. How many?
2. Both against United.
Against who? I wonder.
How ridiculous is that?
Dude, I remember.
So you got to question their scoring capabilities, you know, if Naldo is their leading goal scorer.
Do they have
credit away from
Drexler,
him.
who had
Drexler.
probably one of the best games I've seen him have in a while, and even the commentators, I remember them saying when we're talking about when Wolfsburg was playing against United, the commentator was saying like he's a guy who had everyone's eyes on him a couple of years ago and sort of dipped in form. He left Schalke for Wolfsburg, and ever since then there've been questions about his quality. And on the big stage against United, he showed up, man.
He looked
and
comfortable out there, too.
He looked incredible. I'm actually excited to watch him
Yeah.
play against Ghent. Hopefully he'll be able to release some of that creativity again.
He's gonna be driving force for Wolfsburg.
Smooth player. I think Max Arnold, who sits in right
Arnold,
behind
yeah.
him, that center midfield, is
Good shot.
That's Maximilian, by the way.
Yeah, man, that
Great
guy
shout,
can
dude.
play. And if you have him and Gustavo in there in the midfield, Wolfsburg could surprise a lot of
And
teams.
then you got Schürrle, your boy with the curler.
the Schürrle. You could Schürrle to the bottom or the top corner. You never know.
Exactly. This team is they're primed, dude. They're primed to sort of make a dark horse run. I feel like.
You know what else? I think they added some quality this year. I mean, they added Dante, guy who played for Bayern,
Experience,
has
yeah.
Champions League experience.
Tell me you have a
Kid-
little opinion on him.
Oh, you mean big for nothing?
All right, listen.
Big for nothing.
I'm just saying he's got a lot of experience playing in this league.
No, he does have
At
a
this
lot of
high level,
experience. A lot of
And
experience.
I think he brings a lot of stability to that defense. That's kind of got,
I mean, him and Naldo back there are just trees.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I think he makes now.
They had a good
player.
team chemistry.
I think
They
they
looked
they
good.
make each other better.
Yeah, I agree.
For me, I mean, I like Wolfsburg. And Draxler, when we said his form dipped, is because of the injury. He's just getting back. He just came back this past March, I believe. And he got banged up a few other times. Not much, but he was out for 150 days the last time, the big time. And it takes time.
The big time. I love it.
Yeah.
That does. It does.
I know what
it's
you're
He's
saying.
not big time.
So he's gonna come back. He's gonna be strong, and we all love Schürrle, and I could see him being strong as well. I think Wolfsburg is gonna absolutely just eat him up.
I think Bentner wins the tie.
The Lord.
Oh no!
Oh hell. Yo, that's
gotta be-
Bentner.
I wish he was getting more like airtime, quote
Man bun?
unquote. You know, like
I'm so
he's got to be
glad
one
he's
of the
not.
most entertaining like players right now. You know, who was it?
As far
At
as-
Hull City that you guys love,
Jimmy?
Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy
Bullard?
Jimmy
Jimmy
B.
Bullard. You know, he was
James Bullard.
he was one of those clown clowny, kind of funny guy. So I feel like Bentner's kind of like that guy.
Except quality, yeah.
Hey, listen,
Except talent.
Jimmy was good.
Yeah, Jimmy was nice.
Jimmy was good.
But
So
either
is
way,
Malone.
either way,
Come on now.
Bentner's at Wolfsburg, guys. Like, so he can't be that bad. He's not starting or anything, but like they still play him.
He's
He gets playing
he's the
time.
second biggest ego, only to Ibra.
Seriously.
Great call.
And
Great
he
comparison.
can't back that up at all.
No,
You know what I mean?
no, he can't. But that's what
That's
makes
why
it
it's
so
so
funny.
insulting. No,
That's the joke.
But he might.
when he's not on
might
your
do-
team.
But what if he does?
When he's on Arsenal.
What if
he's on Arsenal?
This,
I love
if this is the year, if this is the year, he just has a couple 2 goals, and the next round, a couple goals. Like, what happens if he just builds on it? Bentner here.
Well,
This
when
is
he
the year.
doesn't,
This
I
is
won't be
the year.
surprised.
He might be able to score against Ghent. He might get in. He might
well, he
start
might
again.
get a
He
goal.
might.
but-
Yeah, if they build
He's not
a
gonna
custody
carry.
league.
The guy
in
can still score goals. Like it's kind of even more funny when he does. Like,
What's
yeah,
his
guys,
fitness,
he's not like he's not special. Like but he can play. Yeah. He's still playing high
What
level
do you think,
soccer.
Tom?
All right, so let's get
think
into
he's
the
a fraud.
prediction.
Yeah. I don't know. I think a lot of people are sleeping on this Ghent team. Think it's going to be a closer tie than people would imagine. But I do think it's going to come down to experience and depth and just squad quality. So I'm going with Wolfsburg to win this in a 3-1 overall.
I'm gonna have to go the opposite way on that one. Wolfsburg 5-0. Boom.
Damn.
So you went the same way.
Yeah, I'm gonna also have Wolfsburg taking this 3-0. 1-0 first leg away, then 2-0 home. Clean sheets all around.
I got Wolfsburg.
Teak.
Plain and simple,
yeah.
Wolfsburg. They got momentum from
They get the
beating
momentum.
United, so now they have that belief. They're doing well in the Bundesliga. Hopefully, by the time they play them, they're still doing well. But as of today, I don't see any way Kent causes an upset.
Wolfsburg all the way. Like I said, Draxler, he's going to be huge. He's going to just pull the strings, and he's just going to get wide open shots for other players. And they're going to win probably 2-1 first game, probably 2-0 the next game.
Nice. Draxler's breakout year.
Love it. All right, so the next matchup we have a very interesting one. This one I feel like is a good matchup. Roma against Real Madrid.
I wish
Oh,
Roma had a
starting to
different,
heat up.
like Zenit or something. I wish
Which Arsenal would have got Zenit.
or Ghent, like Roma versus Real. I think it's gonna be a cakewalk for Real. Like they
You
just
think
don't.
so?
Man, like I don't think Roma just physically and like financially and economically and feel else they just don't have.
This is a different Roma team. This is like Juventus last year, but not on that level. But this
know
team's
what
like
he's
that
saying.
kind
It's
of.
I'm not taking anything away, but I'm just saying like Real has to edge them out overall.
The team went out and got good players this year. They got Chesney from Arsenal. They got Dzeko from City. They picked up Salah off Chelsea. They've added a lot of good quality
They're
to
a
this team.
fast, experienced team.
And
It's
then
like
Pjanic and like Dzeko's
Pjanic is
Dzeko's
nice.
firing for him a little
what
bit.
about
Like
De Rossi?
the heart and soul.
That's what I'm saying.
The heart and
Those
soul.
are the players that you can't
haven't
count
looked at
out.
the lineup in a long time. I have to say.
You cannot count out players like
Is
De
Gervinho
Rossi
still
who are
there?
World Cup
Gervinho.
winners.
Great call.
Is Gervinho still there?
Gervinho too.
Gervinho's
This
there.
is a ridiculously fast Roma squad. It's not the Roma of old that we're kind of used to seeing that's very technical with Totti up there. And, they
Don't
did have
sleep on
some
my
speed
play.
with Montello and stuff. But this is a very fast Roma team that can defend as well. Their midfield is also brilliant with Pjanic, who I
Yeah.
think is a world-class midfielder.
Pjanic is a guy who people sleep on, man. Like this guy he's fun to watch, man. I don't watch him, 90 minutes week in, week out or anything like that. But like every time I catch, the highlights, I'm just like, this guy's special. He should be on a bigger stage.
That being said, I think Real still wins though. I gotta put my faith in them.
You think Rafa just scrapes by this, or do you think
I don't think
kinda
I don't think
convinces the world that he's
I don't
doing
think-
something right?
Sorry, man. I don't think Rafa does anything. I think Ronaldo wins the game. I mean, he's tearing it up. What did we say earlier? He's got like 11 goals
Yep.
So far.
already. I mean,
And the record's 17 that he
Yeah.
set.
he might break that in the next game. I mean, that's how deadly he's been.
Oh, you think so? You think
He scored 4 goals in his last game.
He's not going to score.
Yeah, this is Roma,
This is
dude.
Roma.
This
that,
is
was
Malmo.
Malmo.
I'm just saying, the form he's in right now.
He could score
is-
within
think
the
he'll
next
get
4
2.
games, like the next 2 rounds.
Yeah, I think he'll get 2.
He could break it.
I think
maybe.
he'll get 2 against Roma.
Yeah.
Remember, 2 months down the line, guys. 2 months down the line. So a lot
he
can
could be
happen.
out. Yeah.
Rafa, look, man, they've been
Rafa
saying,
could
they've
be
been
out.
saying that Rafa
could be back at
criticized
Chelsea.
And I don't know
Oh
how,
my God.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
I don't know how true this is. This is absolute bro science. But Rafa apparently criticized Cristiano Ronaldo's free kick technique and suggested that they bring in like a biometric study because he's been missing so much. And apparently Ronaldo stormed out of the room. So there's a lot of little beefs going on in Madrid.
Question
Team chemistry, man.
challenge the ego.
And Roma right now has that team chemistry. Everyone's firing on all cylinders, man. Like this is a juicy matchup.
Yeah.
So predictions, make it official.
Well, Farid, you got Madrid.
All right, I got Madrid, and I got it at 4-2.
A la Madrid. I'm going to go with them as well. I'll give it a 5-2.
I was gonna say 5-3 Madrid. You gotta be a lot of goals, both ways. 5-3 Madrid.
I think it's gonna be 8-2 Madrid. I'm wondering.
Jesus.
A lot of goals in this one. A lot of goals.
I think they're just gonna absolutely. It's gonna be ugly. Just for the fact of injuries, because they don't have depth like Real, and because people have been coming on and off, like Gervinho, like Totti, Strootman. Well, he's always been there, but Roma, they don't have the bench. They will get injured here and there. They'll have knocks here and there. Real Madrid will just say, "Oh well, here's someone else. We just bought them for whatever money. Doesn't matter. We have more money than you. We'll just buy this one."
Dude, as I hear this consensus, man, just my gut's telling me like this is.
It's not a good look.
I don't, yeah,
You don't
I
like
don't-
it?
I literally have Real Madrid written down on my notes, but the more I think about it and the drama at Madrid and like how Madrid's always Madrid, but somehow they managed to dig it out. I don't know, man. I think they get exposed. Ronaldo's sort of unhappy. There's a lot of rumors about him going to PSG or Man City or Man United. Like,
Think about it, though. This would be unheard of for Madrid to crash out in the first round.
dude,
You gotta go back to 09.
screw that. I'm going with it. Roma.
Oh, he did it.
No, boy.
Francesco
He did it.
inspires the team.
Cross this out. Gervinho on the big stage.
Oh my god!
Hey, does Totti score a goal for you?
Doesn't even see the
I
field.
don't know. I don't even
Pull
know.
out the camera and take a selfie.
Look,
Yeah.
I can't make a call that tight, but either way, I think somehow, some way, man, Madrid crashes and burns. All right, so
That's a
next
big
matchup
shout.
we got
30
Arsenal
And
versus
Barcelona.
Barcelona. I love this matchup.
I think it's my
This-
favorite matchup.
This is match fixing 101 right here.
Why do you say that?
Because it seems as though every year we've played Barcelona. And look, as a club, Arsenal does have to take some responsibility because we finished second.
That's
and
the bottom line.
So the chance is we're going to play a ridiculously strong
Yeah.
squad. But for it to always be Bayern, Barcelona, these savages out here, it's
Yeah,
almost
you
as
guys
if...
never get a good round 16 tie.
No,
Yeah.
no, rarely.
Yeah, build some momentum, get a win under your belt,
Yeah.
feel good going into the next round. Instead, you guys just,
It's amazing how
what
much.
was it, 5 years in a row, right?
We
16
just hit this
outs.
ceiling. We
Yeah.
hit this ceiling, and look, at least we're there, Man U fans. So that's all I can say
Alright,
for that.
alright.
That's
But
fine.
we want more. As Guna fans, we want more. We want to progress to the latter rounds in the tournament. Obviously, get the money, but more than that, get the glory of winning the title. So I think this is just one of those draws, man, where we got set up, and it's almost bittersweet because look, we're playing against the best trident in the world. But at the same time, if we do crash out, then it allows Arsenal to kind of focus more on the league, and that's really where I'm most concerned is us capturing the EPL. But I think we're going to show heart. We have two superstars on our team now who are in form. We have a very great goalkeeper with the pedigree.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Farid. We got him for free. So I think
Talking about
we'll,
Petr Cech.
yeah.
It was 10 million. It wasn't free. Nothing's free.
Wasn't it?
That's free for Petr Cech.
It really is, though.
The thing that concerns me over this tie is going to be Per Mertesacker, and if Coquelin is
Oh,
not
boy.
back,
Oh,
because
boy.
Ramsey can only do so much. But if Per Mertesacker is still back there and is our primary guy, he's not going to be fast enough to keep up with these guys.
Dude, I was gonna say, I feel like this is the biggest stage for Arsenal to sort of prove how far they are from getting over that cusp. I see it in Wenger's face. I think he's just tired. I think he's sort of he's seen Ferguson retire, so he's lost that, that attachment. And sort of like, okay, when's it my turn? And I think over the next 2 or 3 seasons, I think he'll retire from football. He's even
when is my turn?
he's even spoken about it. So
That's this poor guy.
I think this is it, man. That we'll see how far off he is from having that sunset, like right off into the sunset moment, or that turn the lights off, like he just never achieved what he could. So I think he's going to inspire this team to do something special. I'll hold off on my prediction, but I'm not necessarily saying Arsenal's going to win, but I don't know, man.
Don't give me any moral victories, please.
No, man. It's not a moral victory. What I'm saying is what I've seen from Arsenal this year is different than what I've seen from Arsenal previously. Even with injuries, you guys.
What do you mean? They're always
firing-
injured. That's normal.
But they're firing on all cylinders. The problem with Arsenal is that when they do have injuries, especially key injuries, they stop firing. But the players they've brought in, look at Gibbs. Gibbs all of a sudden is like a left winger, but like he's sort of having a bit of success in that position. It's like, I don't know. Arsenal looks different.
The club is lacking depth. To me, that's something I look at. I'm like, all right, as a good manager, you did the right thing by putting this guy there and almost like stopping a leak with a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing. He's
Definitely,
stopping
I agree.
all these leaks with Band-Aids when it's like, no, you should actually just do some surgery on this shit, get it right, let it heal, and then with that, the final product of the cups will come. So I see a lack of urgency in Mr. Wenger. I think I disagree with you in terms of like he's tired. I still think he's got it, man. I still think he wants it.
He's got it, but like,
And his contract, I believe, expires in 2017. So I don't think he's ready. I could see him managing at Monaco or like a rich club. Like I really could. I just think that there's a lack of urgency because this is the window. Chelsea's struggling. Man U's struggling. Liverpool has a new coach. Fucking Leicester City is number one now. Is this gonna last? For me, it's a lack of urgency in the entire club.
yeah, that's a good point, man.
The biggest thing with Arsenal is the injuries. Like you said, the Coquelin. He's out for at least 2 months, as they say right now, and it was MCL. And that would bring him to what? To like mid-February?
Close, and you still have to get in shape.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same thing
Match
with
fitness.
Rosicky. Also with Sanchez, it was his hamstring. He's going to be day-to-day, but
nagging.
exactly, they'll always be there. Wilshere, he's always getting injured, and is he smoking cigarettes again?
Shots.
Low blow.
So Atata, is he still on the team?
He is.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he'll get injured again.
He will. Arteta.
Yeah. Welbeck again. Also Walcott. I mean, who's gonna get injured? No one knows. It could be all of them. Could be none of them. If they all get injured, it's gonna be. I really think
What's the point you're trying to make?
What I'm saying is for Barcelona.
Could be all of them.
What I'm saying is
some of
Barcelona
them.
that by the stats
be one
was
of them.
actually better. They had a better stats without Messi, without the best player in the world. So a team that can actually just plug in another player for the best player in the world, not just plug in. You know what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Against an Arsenal team with a bunch of people that are injury prone, Barcelona is just going to take this.
Sad to say.
But at the same time, Arsenal is probably the closest to a Barcelona that England has, so it'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, I think we'll have a good showing.
I think we're gonna look at a couple of things here. I mean, Arsenal's defense, like you said, is leaky. Per Mertesacker.
Slow.
It's 2 months. It's 2 months away. January transfer window again, big factor.
But it's odd. I can't call it a leaky defense. It's just like it's suspect. It's like you can't fully trust it because we've only conceded we haven't conceded that many goals. Dude. We're in like the top 5 in terms of like last week.
But the goals you concede sometimes, just like it should never happen.
Yeah, it's like soft
It's
ones,
like
free
they
kicks.
shut off. Like the United goal and the corner kick. Like everyone just shut off.
Yeah.
Like I've seen Arsenal do that almost not time and again, but enough times where it costs them
Can't do
points.
that against Barcelona.
I don't think they stop
And they're
MSN.
good
I think they just try to slow them down and like try and concede as few as possible. But it's going to be an offensive matchup. Like, can Arsenal's offense outpower their defense and score a bunch of
so
goals?
you just have to high press.
I don't know. It could be a shootout. It could be a shootout.
You got to high press and attack, and you just got to get your defense right.
I don't think you can high press, dude. Not with Suarez. Just even him on his own, you can't high press. Like
Well,
you couldn't high press
depending on
Liverpool.
barring injuries and everything, 2 months. But
Well, let's assume
If
like everyone's
everyone's fit,
healthy.
okay.
Yeah. Like
You can't.
Who knows
no
what'll
team in
happen,
the
but-
world can hyper Barcelona, man.
No,
You can't do
Barcelona is actually going to be the one that high presses.
That's their system.
And
yeah.
also, Mertesacker, he looks slow in the EPL. So he's going to look
Oh, it's gonna be great to watch
He's
him
going to
out.
look horrible
It's
against the
gonna be
three
great.
best offensive power. Well, except for Ronaldo, but he's going to look ridiculously slow. So Arsenal, do they buy a new defender in January?
That's what I'm saying.
Do they buy 2 fast guys just to keep up?
Look, we've been linked with a couple of people. I would prefer to be linked with defenders and holding mids. We have been linked with Nolito from Celta Vigo. I don't know how factual that is, but I'm seeing a lot of attacking links. And that's not what I want to see right now. What I want to see is holding mids, defenders. So honestly, I don't think we'd be in the
Wanyama,
market for a center back, but a Victor Wanyama, we need a
Wanyama
player
would be a
like
great
that.
signing.
We need a player like
He's
that.
a monster. That'd
He'd
be
be
a big
realistic
pickup.
too in a January transfer window because he's not like this big flashy player. So
Thiago Motta from PSG is like a guy with experience who I think could add to the team. You know, he's not the greatest in the world, but just those type of
solid
players.
player, yeah. All right, so we'll predictions. Who wants to kick it off?
I think Tom should kick it off. It's his boys.
Oh boy! So first leg's is at the Emirates. I think it's gonna be an interesting one. I think we're actually gonna tie them there. We're gonna tie or beat them, but I'm gonna just go with the tie. I'm gonna go with a 2-2 tie at the Emirates and at the camp. It might get ugly.
Like embarrassing.
I'll go 3-0 at the camp. 3-0.
I gotta go Barcelona on this one. I know it hurts. I do like the first leg being a draw. I could see that. Second leg, it can be a tough place to go play. You know that. But I think 3-0. That I've got to go right with you there, Tom. I think you hit the nail on the head.
I'm just gonna go Barcelona. Still not sure about scores, but Barcelona.
Ooh. This is gonna get out of hand. This is gonna
Says that was such a smile on his face.
Staring right at me, just disrespected.
Oh man, I'm thinking overall score 11-3.
Is that serious?
Yeah,
That's just
I think that they're
unrealistic.
just going to open up, and one of those games could hit 6-0. I really think that they could just absolutely.
So a 6
just
and a
demolish
5,
us.
a 6 and a 5.
Ryan, they're not playing Liverpool. They're playing Arsenal. You know?
Yeah, good point. Good
Hey,
point.
if they did what they did to Real Madrid, they're playing Arsenal.
Yeah, dude, that's a great. I was
Yeah.
gonna say like
That game
if
was out of
anyone,
control.
if
Yes.
anyone can do it,
But it's over 2
this-
legs, though. Remember that.
Yeah, Mertesacker doesn't
Yeah,
have
but
either
the
one.
but the second.
I can't even defend that.
That was
I can't even
nice.
defend
That was
that.
such a shot.
No, but the second leg is at the new camp. That's the problem. If the first leg was at the new camp, I'd say okay, maybe Arsenal goes in there, basically plays 11 players behind the ball, like
Of course, because
gets away with a 2-0, gets away with a 2-0 victory, 2-0 loss, and then goes to the Emirates. But the other way around, dude, like Neymar, Suarez, Messi, like those guys are gonna destroy Mertesacker and Koscielny, dude. Like poor Czech.
All right. Well,
It's a Barca for me.
I got a prediction here for everyone out there. It's Arsenal 4, Barcelona 3.
Oh, we got the upset?
Like I said, I've seen Barcelona get high press before. It was Champions League. I don't know. It was a lower caliber team. It was like a Leicester City type team, from like
a
Russia or
workhorse
something.
team.
And they just worked Barca. They had put them under, didn't give them 2 seconds to breathe. I've never seen a team for 90 minutes not stop running. Like to do it as a player, the 90 minutes whistle blows, you fall down.
Yeah.
Like you can't walk.
That's the
This team did that to Barca. It was a grind. It was like 2-1. I've seen it been done. It's been done before.
It has been done.
You have Sanchez, you have Walcott, you have Big Giroud. I mean, not pace from him, but Walcott, maybe Danny Welbeck if he's back.
The Ox.
You have pace. You have pace to
Yeah.
press. So
Dude,
if they can press at home, I see 3-1 at home, score the goals, they're gonna concede 1, and then on the road,
Only one.
on the road they're gonna lose 2-1 at the camp.
Wow, dude.
But they gotta play.
What a brave call.
And that's barring injuries, man. But they can do it. I'd love to see him go out too.
I love it, dude.
I'd love to see
love it.
Barca crash.
Love it, dude.
I got 2 more things to add. Right before the Barcelona game, I know it's 10 days, but the Arsenal's facing Leicester. So the 10 days could help, but also could hurt. Because Leicester, if they, let's say, come out with a win, does that hurt Arsenal's mentality? No,
That could be a factor,
Yeah.
man. It could be
And then-
rolling hot.
and
into
then
that game.
4 days before the second leg, they're facing West Brom. Now West Brom, if they're out of it, do they just come in and just beat them up?
That's what they do.
Yeah,
Long
so-
ball.
Exactly. Maybe
Physical.
someone goes down.
Tony
Maybe
Pulis.
something like a Lovren happens, and maybe
All right, let's stop with all this bad
maybe
juju.
Giroud goes down.
Let's show this bad juju.
Figure out who's gonna get hurt.
3 months from now. It's not like next week. It's like, yeah, Leicester in the middle of February.
Yeah, Nostradamus over here.
All right, so the next matchup we got Juventus versus Bayern. Too early.
I agree, man.
Jeez, this could have been the final.
Well, it
You
looks
know-
like Italy got thrown to the wolves, huh?
Yeah, they did. They got Real Madrid and AS Roma, and
Match fixing.
love it.
They could also complain, but
Well, they probably fix matches, so this is like karma, you know.
They did.
Bunch of teams. I mean, that's a fact. It sounds like a shot, but it's a fact. A bunch of teams got caught match fixing. That's when you saw Inter get relegated, right?
Yeah.
Juve was relegated.
Juve was relegated.
Relegated.
stripped of like 2-3 titles.
Yeah.
Relegated.
Inter started with like negative 30 points or
Yeah,
something
but
like
then
that.
all their stars, Steph, they all stayed. All the
Booth
stars.
stayed.
Booth stayed. Del Piero, Nedved. All the
Yeah,
all the-
Ibra-
all the big
Ibra,
dudes
Ibra
stayed.
left though.
Yeah, of course he did.
he did.
I think he went to Inter.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he
I'm
did.
gonna tear it up in Syria.
Dude, I love Ibra. But yeah, it's a tough matchup, man. But this is, for me, I'm most excited about Pogba versus Alex Sanchez, Alex Vidal.
Oh,
That'd be a battle.
They were partners last year. They sort of, had the upset, the letdown in the finals. Now they're on opposite sides, like,
That was the tandem though. That was
they
the
played-
engine of the
they
thing. That was
played-
like two Essens.
and
you
the
know?
two
Plus
very
Pirlo.
similar
Yeah,
players.
it's
Plus the
experience,
finesse
just to
and just
kinda
the
caress
sprinkles on
over
top.
come on.
It was beautiful.
It's
That was a hell of a midfield.
it's looking tough. I mean, Juventus lost a lot of good players this year. I mean, Tevez went back home. Pirlo went to MLS.
They brought in though.
and but you lose 3 starting players in your starting 11.
Right up the spine. too.
Yeah, it hurts.
right
Yeah,
up
they
the
got
middle.
picked.
You have to look at who's around him, and I think it's gonna come down to other players stepping up. You got Khedira, German international, Marquisio, Hernandez, and Roberto Pereira. Just some really studly players,
Yeah,
but
they're very good.
against the Bayern Munich midfield, which sounds like a video game.
Yeah.
I don't think those guys are gonna be able to manage.
I think it's going to be Pogba versus them. I think he's going to be a very important part of that lineup.
Oh yeah, he's
Dude, and
the next one.
I'm excited for that because I feel like this is Pogba's last year at
Yeah, it
Juventus,
has
no
to
matter
be.
what happens.
You think?
Yeah, I think he goes to Barca, Man City,
Especially
Chelsea.
if they go out this
He
round
leaves, dude.
too. Like
He leaves. He's
Yeah.
done. He's gotten to where he could with Juventus.
Needs to grow.
Juventus is an old team. They got to rebuild. They lost Pirlo. They're star. They're legend. But I think for Pogba, this is his moment to shine. We already know he's good, but like if he can be the shining star against the Bayern like Terminator level team, I think that increases his stock even more. He goes to like becoming a comfortable $100 million player.
Where do you think he goes?
Barca.
that would suck, dude.
That's just so unfair.
Not fair, man.
Barca.
No team. That'd be the greatest team of all time. Like in
He
any
goes to
book.
He goes to Barca. Busquets is on his way out. Iniesta's on his way out. Goes to Barca.
Are you sure Iniesta's on his way out? You see the way he's been playing?
No, he'll play.
he
what I'm
could
saying is
be-
he's on his way down. So like he could still play 2-3 seasons, but
Yeah.
like he's not going to be the same player he was now. But you put a Pogba next to Iniesta, you can squeeze another.
Does
2
all the
years.
running, does all the
Not
tackling,
fair,
all the
dude.
work.
Exactly.
The same
That's
thing
not
that
fair. That's not
Juve
fair
did
though, dude.
with
Yeah,
Pirlo.
honestly.
Then
They put
Rakitic,
Pogba next to Pogba next to Pirlo, and Pirlo was fantastic.
Yeah.
He was going to be
Busquets
fantastic.
on
but
the bench.
At the same time, I don't know if you guys ever watched Pirlo in MLS. True, there's a difference because the runs weren't the same, the people weren't settling the same, the first touches weren't the same, but he looked a little bit older.
Yeah, well, I think he looks older than MLS because he doesn't have Pogba and Sanchez
Exactly.
next to him.
That's what I'm saying.
Workhorses.
But I think in the first 45 minutes of the first leg, what we had to watch out for is Vidal. Remember him in the finals? How energetic
reckless.
was. Very
Almost got a
reckless.
card.
If he slides just randomly, just by accident, I don't care, gets a red card. Oof, that could be huge. And you don't know. You can't tell with him. He's around very smart plays, but he's a dog right now.
I think he'll be better this year because he was on that big stage last year, and this stage isn't as big. It's round of 16, huge game, but it's not the Champions League final. I think last year he was just buzzing, and I think he learned from that, especially because his team lost. So I think this year is a little less pressure because he knows he has studs all around him. I think he's going to play. He's going to flourish. I think he's going to win the matchup against Pogba, and not because he's better than Pogba, but just because he's just in a better place.
He's also going to have multiple people helping him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. He's in a better place. Yeah.
Thiago Alcantara, Javi Martinez, Douglas Costa, Xabi Alonso, Mario Götze. The list is ridiculous.
Pogba's gonna be over. He's gonna be overrun.
Lewandowski, how are they going to deal with him?
Mueller.
Mueller
Thomas-
right behind him.
Thomas-
Honestly, you know how?
The best
Giorgio
center forward.
Chiellini, Alexandro, Bonucci. Look,
Buffon.
I think Juventus might be like the top 2, top 3 the best defensive team in the Champions League in terms of continuity, organization. They have players who've done it before.
I mean, how many years together have
World
these
Cup
guys been
winners.
together?
They only improved their left back spot. They had an aging Patrice Evra.
Is Patrice still there?
No,
Yeah,
they
he
got
is.
Alexandra. I'm not sure if he's still there.
He's still there. I don't know if he's
bench. Maybe
starting,
he's off the
but
bench
he's
this year.
still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Patrice
is still
Evra.
there.
This is his first year there.
Yeah, he's still there, but they got Alexandro now starting the Brazilian left back. So they improved their defense, but
Yeah.
again, their midfield kind of dropped off.
Don't sleep on. Is Frank Ribery going to be back this year?
That's what I was just going to say. He's going to be back December
What about
30th.
him, dude? Does he get in this line?
December
He is
31st.
He is.
Listen up.
Dude, they don't
December
need him.
House has it. House has
First,
it.
about. So basically, with him coming back, Costa, does he start over Costa?
Dude,
Does
I
it
mean-
matter?
Yeah,
Pep has a-
right.
Pep
Doesn't
has a
matter.
It
problem.
hardly matters, man.
I mean, I don't see.
Doesn't matter.
They're just a ticking machine, dude. Like Ribery's in there, it's better. I'm sure it would be a better team with Ribery in there, but with
But would it? Douglas
I
Costa
don't think
leads
so.
the team with 7 assists.
in
He is
a
so
different
good.
way.
He's so fast.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I think
It's just
they're in
it's
that
50-50.
They're in that great position where
doesn't
Ribery's
matter.
on his way down, and on his
injured.
way down, Costa's on his way up, just like Robin.
I wonder
Like,
how
they don't
Pep
miss
sleeps at night. He's thinking of all these
Like
problems.
a king. Rich boy
Do I put in
problems.
Ribery or Robin? Or
Is Ribery
Douglas
on a
Costa.
different team next year?
He doesn't have
if
to,
he-
man. He's still
if
winning
he wants to be,
titles.
it depends on him. I think if he wants to go out there and play, yes. But if he wants to sort of have a cushy retirement, like sort of landing pad, he stays. Why not? You're gonna win mad trophies, or you're gonna leave and go grind for the last 2 years of your career.
What do you have to prove?
Exactly.
See, to me,
He's all
Ribery is
set.
one of those players who's like he plays at one speed, and that's just 100%. So that's why I think when he does retire, he's just kind of like crash and burn. I don't see him being one of these guys who, and by crash and burn, I don't mean his form. I just mean like he's just gonna walk away from the game. I don't see
Abruptly?
him going to the MLS or a
No, but
different league.
he's
or
saying
anything
next
like
year he's at Bayern, Ribery.
it's either yes, that, or if he's not, I think he's gonna retire.
Really?
I think
it's
he's
either
so
or.
I think he
He's
go
at
to
Bayern
another
or
big club.
I think
retires.
he's gonna exactly.
I could see him at another big club. I just don't see him starting over Costa. He's young. He's one of the fastest players in the world, and he's good.
But he had
He's
a
just
knee
fantastic.
injury,
He's-
and he was saying in that interview, or not an interview, an article, that he thought he would never be able to play again, and that it's a miracle that he's playing. So even that it's a miracle he's playing, it doesn't necessarily mean he'll be at 100%. So like that's kind of going to be interesting to see him the next couple of months to see if he's the Ribery we all remember or he's lost the gear, So that might determine whether he retires at the end of this year or he keeps going.
I could see if United picked up Ribery, let's say 30 million. Would you want him on the team next year, just without seeing him right now?
No.
No.
Okay.
That's too much money.
No. And he's not like a team player. Like he's not gonna bring that spirit. Whereas like a Boston brings that leadership, that clout. Everyone's more comfortable around him. Ribery's like he's a hired gun.
He could play on Barca. Like, go
Something
in
like
for
that.
Suarez or Neymar.
Yeah,
like,
something
that's what he
like that.
wants.
Yeah.
Just go forward, not come back.
Exactly.
He wouldn't work at United.
No. All right, so let's do predictions. Juventus, Bayern. I'll kick it off. I got Bayern. I got Juventus putting up a valiant effort, but Bayern just has too much power.
I got Bayern too. I got Lewandowski getting 3 goals over the 2 games. The guy is unbelievable, man.
He's unstoppable, dude.
So I got what I got here? I got 4-2. 4-2 Bayern.
That's nice. I got 5-2 Bayern. 2-2 first leg at home. Might be a chance. Second leg blowout 3-0
Yeah.
in Germany.
something along those lines. I think it's going to be a 1-1. I don't know. It could be close. I think a 1-1 at Juventus, and then a blowout, like a 3-0, 4-0, potentially in the
Thomas
Allianz.
Müller gets a hat trick. You know, he's got to score a goal.
First leg, Bayern 3-1. Second leg, Bayern 4-1.
Nice.
Why are you smiling?
Because it's gonna be fun to watch.
He's got like NBA scores over here.
I just don't see
7?
Yeah, I really just don't see.
Seven past
Once the
Juventus?
game opens up, Juve has no chance.
But who says Juve lets the game open up?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think they have a choice.
I'm just glad we're keeping track
Dude,
of these
Juve made it
scores.
to the Champions
now,
League final.
With 3 of the best players missing this year.
Dude, I don't think Bayern puts 7 past them.
You don't
Bayern
see-
goes
you don't
through.
see these
Well, we'll
scores.
see. We'll see.
You know, I'll give
Yeah.
them the Buffon effect. So 5-2.
See? That's
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
That I could agree
That's
with.
what I said. That's reasonable.
Yeah, that's a reasonable, comfortable one. So next we got PSV and Atletico Madrid.
Bet you Memphis to pay wish he stays there, huh?
Right? I kind of wish he stayed there too.
Hey.
No, I'm just kidding. He's got a lot of upside, man. He's just having a rough freshman year.
I mean, how do you think that feels, though? You know, you played on the team last year.
You were the
and-
captain,
and, you know,
hero.
right? And then Man United comes in. Man United, yeah. They're going to pay 30. Oh, great, yeah. You go to Man United, you end up against PSV, and then PSV, the team you used to play on, goes through over your new superpower team. It's just, I would just be so frustrated. I think.
Irony.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of PSV fans would probably say it's justice. You know, like that's what you get for leaving us. But I think he left in good graces. I don't think everyone sort of understands what PSV is, and it's freaking Manchester United, guys. Like, so I don't think there was a lot of bad blood. But you're right. Like that kind of when he was going to bed that night, that probably hurt a little more, especially because those guys probably text him. You know, he's still friends with him. You know, he grew up playing with him, so
Sucker.
it's painful. But either way, I think in the long term, it was the right move for him. He's happy where he is.
He's
Not happy
challenged
with
as a player. You know,
Yeah.
like he has to become better.
that. We just need
If he wants to become the best, he's at United.
we
You
just
know.
need to bring in a better teacher.
Man, enough about Man U and Memphis and all this bullshit.
They're not
talk,
even
man.
in it. Man.
This is about the Atletico Madrid. That's what this tie's about. It's about Antoine Griezmann
Yeah,
and
the
Diego
Frenchman.
Simeone once again proving that he's probably the best coach in the world right now, honestly, in terms of just passion. Maybe not experience and tactics. Okay, I got you.
Would you
Dude,
say-
I'll still give him experience in tactics.
he can lead any team just through spirit
Yeah.
alone and charisma, it seems.
You know-
Like this guy, you want to die for him when you're out there on the
Definitely.
field. And that is going to propel Atletico, I think, to winning this tie. I think we're really seeing Griezmann become a superstar.
Yeah.
I think we're starting to see that more. He's scoring more ridiculous goals now. He can play anywhere up top now. He's one
Yeah.
of those players. Just put me in, coach.
Yeah.
So with the defense that they have back there, Godin, the Uruguayan defender, I think he's an underrated defender, one of the best in the world. I think they're gonna get it done, man. It's gonna. This I think is gonna be a potential blowout.
I think Griezmann might even go somewhere next year, somewhere bigger than Atletico.
And linked with Chelsea.
Yeah, I think. I think
He
he
could have left last year. You know,
Yeah.
like
He shouldn't go to Chelsea because they'll just have him defend.
Yeah, they'll destroy his soul. Like they'll destroy everything about the guy.
He'll go there to play center back. It's so dumb.
You know, Simeone reminds me of is reasonable. Is like a young Mourinho, you know, at Porto. You know, Porto had no business winning the Champions League that year. Like they won the UEFA Cup before that, right?
Mm.
They moved on to the Champions League, like winning the league. Like Mourinho took that team from like their good history, but they were never competitive. They were always getting overshadowed. Took them to the top. Simeone's doing the same thing against Barca and Bayern. You know, like he's got that charisma. Like he gets players to die for him, to bleed for him.
That's
Like,
a great shout out. That's
like,
a great shout, man.
But he's like going forward. Like who's gonna replace Mourinho? Simeone is like he's a name like as a young guy, progressive. You know, like Pochettino, Tottenham, but Simeone just.
This is
I mean,
that's a
different
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 level.
leads because
Yeah.
he's made it to the Champions League final. But
He's just on it.
as far as a young coach on the upswing, like Pep's getting old now. Like the next guy down, it's gotta be Simeone.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, he won the league against Real Madrid and Barcelona.
And he almost won
that's-
the.
that's
And he
the
almost
other
won the.
thing is
Dude,
that-
he was 30 seconds away from winning the Champions League.
He almost
30
trebled that
seconds.
season.
Yes.
Yeah. If things went differently for them, they could have trebled that season.
He beat Ronaldo and Messi.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
how do you beat these guys?
over an extended period, over 38 games.
Yes.
You know, so like it's not like it was a quick two-legged tie. Like yes, of course, they played each other, but he had to show up for 38 games, and he did. This guy's a beast.
Loses
Diego
Falcao,
Costa.
loses Diego Costa. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
These players just keep coming
all
out
of a
of
sudden,
nowhere, man.
Griezmann is one of the top strikers in the world. Where did he come from? I remember him as a winger.
He's a great developer of talent.
Right.
I think he gets in good. I mean, everybody. You look at players. All these guys you're naming.
Man management.
They all got noticed
be.
because they played there.
Yeah.
You know, like they're talking about Koke, the guy's
Yeah,
plays in the middle. It's
Koke's
nice.
all of a sudden
Another
Real
kid,
Madrid.
Yeah.
Vieto,
Yeah.
Luciano Vieto. You know, look-
I mean, the club has a history. They used to have a history of producing great players. You know, Torres came through there. Sergio Aguero came through there. A lot of great forwards.
But
come
now
through
they
the
have
system.
a starting 11
Yeah.
of all competitors.
Yeah.
and then a few quality players.
They have
like
Mandzukic,
decent
right?
squad.
Standout players. Yeah.
Even their bench is relatively.
They have Mandzukic as their striker, isn't he? This
Yeah,
year?
Mandzukic
I mean,
is there.
I mean, that's the guy who played
No,
it.
he's on Juventus now.
Oh, is he now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's on Juventus now.
Was their
But
last
they
year.
did have, they
Yeah.
had, but
That's a big name to bring in.
That's a big name, exactly, from Bayern to be able to bring in a player
They
like
they
that.
brought they brought back Fernando, didn't they? Mm-hmm. Is he still there?
Yeah,
and-
right now.
And they're also tied for first with Barcelona right now in La Liga. So like they're hot.
So
And
Madrid.
PSV, man, I
Madrid
feel
is chasing
Ajax
them.
always gets dumped, man. PSV gets dumped in Champions League. Like, I
That's
feel
what's
bad
gonna
because
happen.
they're good youth, like good Dutch teams, but they don't stand a
They
chance.
just I mean
There's no
they know
chance.
like the Eredivisie is a development league. You know,
It's
they
too
develop
bad.
talent and then you
Get
have to
picked.
ship them out. Yeah, like
Pick clean.
So I'm not sure if it's going to happen with PSV or later on. I actually want to see who helps Griezmann, whether it's going to be the Jackson Martinez or Fernando Torres. I want to see if one of them actually really steps up. I know they sub on here and there. I think Fernando started a few Champions League games, and I want to see if he can actually find his old self, or Martinez find a bigger
new
club.
self.
Yeah, he's find a new self. He's an older guy for a big club, but see, he's a big guy. Just see if he can score a couple goals. Maybe one will get his confidence up. And because Griezmann won't be able to do this himself. And he has practically all the goals on Atletico. It's whether someone else can help him. And Koke, I mean, he came back in October, I want to say. So hopefully his fitness is up and he's really able to actually run a full game and throughout the whole season. But it was a thigh muscle, I want to say. So hopefully that doesn't happen again.
yeah, I think if Godin keeps playing the way he has been, and they keep that lockdown defense, this should be an easy cakewalk, maybe even a clean sheet kind of cakewalk. So, if you want to get into predictions,
Yeah, I'll go first. I'll say I thought it was gonna triumph. First game, 2-1. Second game at home, 2-0, 3-0, maybe 3-0. Just gonna overwhelm this team.
Yeah, I got it similar. First game's at PSV Stadium. I think they go in there, they win 2-1, and then they take it back to Atleti for 2-0, possibly 3-0 kind of game.
I got 0-4. I got 2 goals away, 2 goals at home.
I have Atletico. First game, 2-1. Then 2-1 again. Griezmann's going to have 2 of those goals. I think Koke, what I just mentioned, is going to have 1. And then between Fernando and Martinez is going to have 1.
Nice.
love it. All right, so our last matchup, Dynamo Kiev, Ukrainian outfit versus Manchester City.
I have one question. How much did Man City pay for this pick?
It's that oil money.
Yeah, their money's just better than ours, I guess. The heck?
Watch them still crash out.
You think?
Watch them still capitulate, man. Like they do it all the time.
I mean, that's in the back of my mind. They always have a way.
They're
every
always
year.
capable of it. Like
Yeah.
you never know. Like Arsenal's capable of it. Like Man United, it's their forte nowadays. So you never know. You know what I mean?
I think.
But
Go ahead.
yeah, no. Man City, if Company plays, no Mangala, no, Company has to be on the field.
I don't even think
But,
that's that important. You're playing Dynamo Kiev.
Yeah, I guess they should take. I'm just saying, dude. You don't know what to expect. You need the leadership. Like on the
Aguero
field.
has
didn't-
either
sorry,
or
didn't-
have to be.
Didn't City lose to Stoke? So let's not act like they're not beatable. Like
Stoke's
Dynamo
good.
Kiev.
What do you say about Stoke?
What I'm saying is
Good
Stoke is
Stoke.
probably the same as a Dynamo Kiev kind of level.
No way. They're in the Champions League, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying Dynamo Kiev is a better team than Sterling.
Okay, but fine. Then it makes my point even stronger is that Dynamo Kiev, you can't sleep on them. If Company's not playing, this is a tricky matchup.
Oh, yeah.
Is what I'm saying. Like, it's important that Man City sorts out their defense before this matchup.
It's Europe.
Exactly.
This team's
Like,
getting up for this game.
Exactly. And it's Ukraine, and Ukraine has had a rough year politically with the war and stuff. So
Got to vent that anger somehow, you know?
yeah, I think these guys are inspired to do this for the motherland, so
Playing for
to speak. You know,
something, for
yeah,
sure.
Something bigger than football.
exactly. But I
I just think
that being
Sterling's
said,
gonna say,
yeah,
bump that.
Yeah, right, dude.
Never mind.
Play for these
What about
nuts.
De Bruyne? De Bruyne too. You know, like I think as long as City has organized their defense, like sorted out this league, I think they should comfortably get through.
They'll probably just buy another defender.
Maybe they should.
Oh my God.
I just think over the leg, we're going to see at least one of the legs where we have David Silva starting at attacking mid, De Bruyne on the right, Raheem on the left, Aguero up top, and Company in the back. From there, the score could be 5-0. We
Yeah.
don't know what could happen. It could get out of hand. So I think in one of the legs, we're going to see that lineup, and it's going to be a huge score.
I think it's important to see who plays next to Company. Otamendi, Mangala, these guys. I mean, I know they brought in big money. They're supposed to be very good players. They could be suspect, you know. And as Boat and his Company is, the man next to him is also just as important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I think they do have to sort out their back line. Maybe bring in another defender over the January transfer window. I don't know what they do, but I think they need Aguero more than anything, and he fires them through.
It's funny though that Sterling is leading them in Europe with goals with 3. You know, like in the league he's scoring goals. Like
Yeah.
when he went to City, that's a bad idea, dude. You're too young, you're not going to play. He's playing all the time and he's scoring goals almost frequently. You know, so he's going to be big in this game, I think.
Yeah, I don't know why people slept on Sterling. I don't think people watched him enough. When I heard he was going to City, I knew he was going there to start. Like who was going to start over him? Like Jesus Navas, like he is special. This kid is more special than English people think. And I think it's probably the way he left Liverpool, a little disgrace. You know, he's already asking for more money. He's barely 20 years old. So I think people sort of wrote him off as this, like, flash in a pan.
But
who
he's
just
worth
wants all
that
the
money.
He's worth
yeah.
more than that. Liverpool should have paid whatever he wanted. Imagine him and Klopp right now. Where's
And
Liverpool?
Coutinho,
And Coutinho. Like,
On
and
the
Sturridge,
flanks?
a healthy
Oh.
Sturridge, dude. Like,
Henderson in the middle.
how many
Sorry,
years... how many years ahead would Liverpool be if they managed to just pay Sterling whatever he wanted?
You have to invest in these players.
Exactly. And he was special enough to pay whatever he wanted. It's like Pogba at Man United. Ferguson should have paid Pogba whatever he wanted.
And everyone knows the market is inflated. Like, these players
Yeah.
aren't actually
Tiki,
worth
exactly.
this, like, amount of money.
You're paying for
but-
potential.
Exactly.
You're paying for potential. And I think Sterling is going to be world class for City. Him and De Bruyne together, you keep those two together. This team's unstoppable. I think they could
David
actually
Silva
put
too,
together
still.
David Silva when he's healthy, Yaya Toure when he feels like playing. Like, you got the Fernando boys.
Well, he's playing.
in the middle.
Plus, he's learning from these players too. So, like, he's not. You know, Liverpool he wasn't really challenged.
Yeah, and you got Fabian Delph, dude. Like, not to veer off too much,
He
but
could be the
Fabian
X
Delph.
factor.
Every time he
in the
comes on, you feel his presence on the field, and he's playing defensive mid for this team. Like, he's gonna be a stud for them. I think this year he's gonna be a pleasant surprise. I'm glad he's getting playing time.
Aston Villa's hurt without him.
Relegated without him, basically.
Small digression here. For the Euros in England, Euros for England, is Sterling going to start?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And like,
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and if so, and yeah, he's going to. And is he going to be effective? Like, is he going to carry
Definitely.
the team? You think?
You
Carry,
can't-
no.
Like after
yes.
the season, like if he carries through uninjured, has a good season, maybe wins the league.
Listen, you can't bet on England.
That's what I was
England's
about to
so
say.
I'm just saying, man.
England-
As a single
England can go
player,
through and score
I
no
could
goals.
see
I
Wales
but,
beating
But see,
England.
he's like, I'm not saying he's like Neymar, but like he can score goals out of nothing. He can beat
Yeah.
3 players
It depends.
on the sprint and score. Like, can he be that inspiration guy?
I think it depends on Hodgson. If he plays a 4-2-3-1 or like a 4-3-3 of some sort and plays him on a wing as a winger, then maybe. Because then you're sort of relying on his individual talent in the final third. And anything can happen.
Yeah, those
But if
one-on-one
he's-
moments.
Exactly. But if he's playing his regular sort of like 4-4-2, it's not quite a 4-4-2, but it's like a 4-4-1-1 sort of thing where the wingers aren't as pushed high. They're sort
Yeah.
of like midfielders. So if he's playing that, then that puts a lot of pressure on Sterling to defend. It kills him going forward. then we just see regular old England crashing out. So if he realizes what he has on his hands and that Jamie Vardy, what's his name at Tottenham?
Eric
Harry?
Deere.
No,
Dele Alli.
Dele Alli.
Kane. You got I don't know why I'm blacking.
Sturridge if he's
You
fit.
got Sturridge if he's healthy. You got
Walcott.
Walcott. You got Barkley. That's who I was
Rossley.
looking for.
Everything,
Like
baby.
he has so much attacking talent. Why not play a 4-3-3 and play with those three spears?
See, I'd like to. I don't know.
They almost
man.
like
I'd like to see him
Barcelona
play a
type.
Barkley,
Like
Barkley in
Barcelona.
midfield,
Well,
right behind them.
One thing that I've always said that England has always missed is a creative player. They always have the athletic people that are great with clubs, but on those clubs, they always have that one creative player.
So right.
So if you ever got like a Modric, and if he was English, the English team would be transformed because he would
Scholes.
have all those people that he
Paul
just.
Scholes.
or Barkley.
Well, yes. Well, I think
Barkley
Barkley
is that guy.
he
just
can
bigger.
be that guy. He has to improve a few things mentally and
He's still young.
passing, all that. Yes,
Yeah.
but physically he's a monster,
Yeah.
and he will be able to dribble around people.
To me, what Elle was saying about that just Sterling thing, like semi comparison to Neymar, I think the only way we'll really see him fulfill that type of Neymar potential is if he's played in a central role. I think, like my bro was saying, the more he's played out wide, he's going to be forced to defend. So
Yeah.
I think he needs to go through a period in his career, and we saw it a little bit at Liverpool against Chelsea when he was played in the middle,
It's like
and
a
he can be
false nine
effective.
a little bit. Yeah.
He's so dangerous down there. So yeah, just a note.
Against Dynamo, Sterling can be a factor. I'm waiting to see later on whether he's going to be a factor against an actual team. So,
Wow.
So
well, no,
critical.
an actual like
Wow.
actual contender.
What a shot.
Got some
Okay,
salt
sorry,
left
Dynamo's not
over.
really a contender for going to the
No,
final.
I know what you're saying.
But so, also where they are in Russia, do you actually have De Bruyne start for Silva? Because colder weather.
Enough about the weather, man.
I'm telling you.
No, I
cold
mean
is cold.
you play
Cold,
with
especially
Jordan,
for,
but I mean,
especially
But they're
for
pros,
a,
man. They're pros. Just put if you
for a
best team.
thin-skinned Spaniard.
dude. I think
Doesn't
you
matter,
play. Look, I think
Disrespectful, man.
Thin-skinned Spaniard.
he's playing in England.
it's
He's played in England for like 5-6 seasons
And he
now.
gets
Like
hurt.
he's used to. No, he didn't
You
get hurt.
just
last
warm
season.
up. You just warm up.
I wonder how
the right
long
way.
Yaya's going to have
Dude, I
to warm
think-
up for.
I think their winning formation will be Aguero up top, De Bruyne one side, Sterling the other, David Silva, Yaya Toure. Like that's the front five, or at least front four if Yaya Toure sits a bit. Like I think putting De Bruyne on with David Silva, it's almost like having two number 10s, but except one of them is physically capable of working.
And they could just
Yeah, De
rotate.
Bruyne, yeah, put
Silva likes
a little
going
more
on
on the
right.
wing.
Yeah, so you
Just
just
switch.
spin them, dude. Those two are gonna make
vicious.
magic
free flow.
together. Magic together. This team, Man City, quietly is putting together one of the best teams in the world.
Is Pellegrini the problem though?
No, he's a good coach, man.
But he
dude,
should be
that's-
getting better out of this
I was-
team. You know
I
what
was
I mean?
saying
Like,
that,
he's too laid back or something.
I think Man City's at the point where the only thing holding him back is the manager.
It has to be.
On paper, this team could beat anyone on any day,
Especially in
and
the
they're
Prem.
dropping points to Stoke.
Yeah.
you know, maybe strengthen that defense a bit, or at least have a healthy company. But every position they have a semi-world class player.
I feel as though every year Pellegrini has been here, people have always been saying this. Even the year they won, like leading up to it, people were like, all right, City has this hype and this ridiculous team, but are they living up to potential? The manager's kind of aloof. He's not this guy with like,
It's not inspiring. He's
yeah,
not
he
Man
doesn't
City,
have that Klopp
Mancini
charisma
running
kind of
around.
like, he's not animated on the sideline, essentially.
Yeah.
But to me, he's a great coach. Like Farid was saying, I think he's a world-class coach, but man, there's a difference between that next level.
Thank you.
That next echelon, so.
Yeah, he's definitely world class. Just to clear that up, I'm not saying, you know, he's made Man City like a staple in the top four. You know, so like he's world class, but to get him to that like Champions League, they should be in the Champions League semifinal every year, like the past few years, based on the squad they have, and you know they just can't get over that hump. And the only thing I see is just the manager, unfortunately,
At this
you know?
point.
At this point, because he's had a long time to sort of establish that Champions League presence.
It's unfortunate, but that's what you're judged by. You know,
Yeah.
your performance
Yeah.
in Champions League.
Exactly.
You
And
know?
at that level where you have unlimited funds, it's like we can't judge the club because they'll pay $1 billion for anyone, you know? So it's like what is it? The players are world class.
Pep's coming in. If Pep goes
Gotta
to
be Pep, right?
goes to Man City,
We're screwed. We're done.
Does
you got
Pogba
Klopp.
go?
You got Klopp at Liverpool. You
Pogba.
got Pep
Does-
at Man City.
Does
Like,
Pogba
it's
go?
over.
Pep goes.
Does he go to where?
City.
Man City?
To
I
City.
think so.
To work
Pep
with
goes
Pep?
there.
I think Pep
does
calls him
Pogba go
over.
and
Yeah.
says,
Yeah.
Yaya's out. You're
You want to
in.
go do this new fun project I got?
I'm quitting the podcast. I'm moving like to a fucking wood cabin. I'm not watching football anymore.
Yeah, dude,
If that happens, dude.
we're screwed.
I'd rather see that happen than him go to Barca though. Pogba. that is.
Either way,
I'd rather see
man.
Pogba go to
Either
Man
way, it's
City.
such a
more
bad
scared-
scenario.
I'm more afraid of Pep than Pogba. Pogba can go wherever he wants in the league, but Pep is gonna instill some dynasty level stuff wherever he goes.
Yeah.
It's scary stuff. So that
That
being
would
said,
suck.
you guys want to wrap up this?
I got my predictions. I'll go first, yeah.
All right,
go ahead, Fred.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
I got,
Here we go. This is Farid with his prediction on Man City versus Kiev.
I got Dynamo Kiev loses at home, 2-1, and they win and they lose at City. City wins that game. They win 3-1. Final is 5-2 City.
All right, I got a prediction for you.
Go ahead. What do you got?
I got first game, Man City, their own worst enemy, right? Pellegrini, 2-2.
Oh, okay.
You know, they can't get it done away. You know, it's tough in Kiev. And that second game, they taste TCB at home, 2-1. Still a grind. Maybe they come back from behind or the 90th minute winner. It's not gonna be easy, not gonna be pretty, but they'll get by.
That's what I think is going to happen. Slightly tweaked. I think they're going to lose the first leg, and then I think they're going to come back. It's going to be fairy tale stuff. Kun Aguero, of course, will carry them through to the next round.
As always.
Fire him through.
Is it me?
Yep.
Okay. This should be a first round bye pretty much for City, but it's only if they get on top of them. I'm not sure if they will. And as much as we said City are buyers, are Dynamo going to be sellers? Because there are, Chelsea and Tottenham are sniffing around. I think Arsenal is as well, so you never know. And if they are sellers, then this could be a buy. If teams stay how they are, I think 2-1 City, 2-0 City.
So City.
Yeah.
Dude, I was lost through that whole thing. I heard buys and wins and
Gimmies,
sellers. I don't know what you just said, guys out there. I hope you know what he said. I have no idea what you just said, but
Buyers
either
and
way,
sellers.
City's going through. I don't know.
Somewhere out there, someone's listening to this and be like, yeah, they're just
like-
nodding. Someone's getting
You're
it,
right. Somewhere out there, someone's
There's
like,
one guy out there.
That's my favorite right there. Right? I'll see me and him.
I got what you're saying.
All right, so that being said, guys, that ends it for our special. We will be doing another one closer to the games, but we sort of wanted to
These
throw
are
these.
the champions. Dun, 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 dun.
I guess that's it.
Champions.